Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Casey. If you are new, I'm so glad that you're here. Today we're moving through a back strengthening flow. So as we strengthen the back of our body, we're going to be finding space and length through the front of our body. So we're going to get started in child's pose. You might keep your knees together, maybe send your knees wide, let your torso soften down between your inner thighs. But just take a few moments to settle in, arrive in your space. And on your next breath, walk your hands over to the right edge of your mat. So your left hand might stack on top of your right, fingertips might crawl past your right hand. And just keep pulling your left sit bone back. Breathe into your left waist. And then walk your hands back through center, switch sides. Fingertips go left. Tailbone keeps curling back towards your heels. And then bring your hands back through center. Let each breath in create a little more space through the back of your body. Each exhale, heart softens a little closer to the mat. And then press up to your hands and knees, find table. And just take a few rounds of cat-cow when you get there. Breathe into the front of your chest. Find some space between your ribs, lengthen your spine. Come back to a neutral spine, spread your fingers wide, right leg extends back behind you, flex through your right foot. Left arm by your left ear, big breath in. On your exhale, pull your elbow to your knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. A few more times with your breath. Meet with everything extended. Take a big inhale. And then set it all back down. Cat-cow. Come back to a neutral spine. Left leg extends. Right arm by your right ear. Exhale, pull it in. Elbow to knee. Lengthen. Hug it in. Last few times. You press the earth away with your left hand. And the next time everything extends, pause there. Can you find even more space between your fingertips and your heel? Set it down, cat-cow. And come back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes, lean your chest forward. Elbows or shoulders go beyond your fingertips. So keep your hips high and then lower your chin, your chest to the mat. Inhale, pull your heart through, cobra. Pause here. Can you pull the skin of your elbows back? Press into the tops of your feet. And then hips press back to your heels. Child's pose. Come back up, hands and knees. Tuck your toes, lean forward to lower, hips stay high, chest goes down. Pull your heart through. Take a breath, shoulder blades glide down your back. Press your hips to your heels. Inhale, roll forward. Lean forward to lower. Heart pulls through, cobra. So this time, press into the tops of your feet. See if you can let your palms hover. Elbows keep pulling back. Chest might lift a little higher. Take one more breath. Plant your palms, hips go to your heels, child's pose. Come up, tuck your toes, hips go high, downward facing dog. And just find a little bit of movement when you get there. Pedal through your heels. Let the back of your neck soften. Start to find some stillness in down dog. Spread your fingers wide. Let your forearms lift forward while your triceps wrap back. And on your inhale, right leg goes high. Pull your knee to your nose. Step between your palms. Back knee drops, arms rise. Knee down, warrior. Gaze might lift. Palms might touch at the top. Can you get a little taller through the crown of your head? Frame your front foot. Step your left foot to meet the right, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Come all the way up, reach high. Hands to the heart. Inhale, arms rise. Dive down, fold in. Inhale to lengthen. Right foot steps back. Drop your knee down, arms rise. Breathe into the front of your right hip. Find space through your hip flexor where it attaches. And then frame your front foot. Step to plank. Lean forward, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Maybe your palms hover, elbows pull back. Plant your palms, press through child's pose. Downward facing. Left leg goes high. Exhale, knee to your nose. Step between your palms, back knee drops, arms rise. Frame your front foot. Step your right foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Come way up, arms rise. Hands to the heart. Inhale, reach high. Dive down, bow in. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Left foot steps back, drop your knee, arms rise. Frame your front foot, step to plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, lift your chest. Maybe your palms hover. Take a breath. Plant your palms, hips go back, child's pose. Tuck your toes, downward facing. Big inhale through your nose. Sigh it out through your mouth. So right leg goes high. Bend your knees, stack your hips. And keep your torso squared to the mat. Left shoulder lifts to the height of your right. So we just breathe some space into the front of your right hip, your hip flexor. And then pull your knee to your nose. Step between your palms. Back knee drops, arms rise. Really press into the sole of your right foot, your left shin, so much that your torso lifts. If you want to get even deeper into your left hip flexor, keeping the back toes tucked will create even more space, even more of a little stretch through the front of your leg. Left hand plants inside your right foot, right fingertips keep reaching high. Let your left ribs wrap towards your right inner thigh. And then pull your left heel towards your left glute. See if you can reach back for the top of your foot with your right hand. Keep finding space between your left shoulder and your left ear. And you let your hips sink down toward the mat. So keep what you've got. See if you can keep pulling your left heel towards your glute. But with that, can you release your right hand? Ah! Probably feel a little cramp through the left hamstring. Take a breath. Release your left foot, toes tuck. Lift your left knee, right fingertips reach high. Oh, now you can just breathe some space into the back of your left leg. Can you lift your left hip to the height of your right? Open up through your thoracic spine. If you want to go even deeper here, you might drop your left forearm to the mat. Left fingertips might face your right inner arch. Maybe you just keep your forearm at a diagonal. Plant your right hand inside your foot. Plant your left hand. If you're lowered, step it back to plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, lift your chest, cobra. So this time, can you extend your arms down by your sides? Palms face the mat, so the backs of your hands press up to the sky. And then can you keep your big toes together, but lengthen through your legs so much that your knees lift off the mat. Take one more breath. Can you keep what you've got? Reach your arms by your ears. Breathe. And then let it go. Palms plant by your ribs. Press your hips to your heels. Come back up to your hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Hips go high. Downward facing dog. Left leg rises. Bend your knees. Stack your hips. Just find some space through the front of your left hip. Left knee lifts to the sky. And then pull your knee to your nose. Step between your palms, back knee drops, arms rise. So again, if you want even more of a stretch through the front of your right hip, your quad, keep your right toes tucked under. Can you find a little pocket of air between your left hip and the top of your left thigh? Last inhale. Plant your right hand, left fingertips reach high. And then see if you can pull your right heel towards your glute. Left hand might reach back for the top of your foot. So we first just think about finding some space through the front of your right hip. Breathe into your chest. And then, can you keep what you've got? Pull your heel in towards your glute. And then just reach your left fingertips back. Nice. Activate your left hand or your right hamstring. Take one more breath. Gently set it down. Left fingertips go high, back toes tuck, lift your back knee. Right tricep wraps back, right ribs wrap towards your inner thigh. You want to get a little deeper, your right forearm might drop to the mat. Right fingertips might just sort of slide toward the top left corner of your mat, maybe towards your left inner arch. Take one more breath. Left hand plants. Come back to your right. If you're lowered, step to plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, peel your heart off the mat. Palms might hover. And then arms reach back. Legs lift. Biceps by your ears. Can you lift a tiny bit higher? And then let it go. Take a breath, breathe into the back of your body, child's pose. Come back up to your hands and knees. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing. Right leg rises. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Exhale, knee pulls to your nose, step between your palms. Climb up to your fingertips, take a breath, low belly hugs in, and then arms reach down by your sides. So interlace your fingers at your low back, Yoga Mudra. And then lead with the crown of your head to float you up, Warrior 3. Crown of the head lengthens away from your inner left heel. Think tiny cobra in your upper back, outer right hip hugs back. So you can keep what you've got with your hands. If you want to get even deeper into strengthening your back body, release your fingertips. Maybe you cactus your arms. Maybe you reach your biceps by your ears. Oh, big breath in. Step back, crescent pose. Big inhale at the top. Breathe into the front of your chest. Bend your elbows, cactus your arms. Re-lengthen on your inhale, reach high. Frame your front foot. Step to plank. Lower to your belly. Heart lifts. Arms reach down by your sides. This time, fingers interlace at your low back. Lift your chest. Can you find some space between your fists and your sacrum? And then can you peel your thighs off the mat? Stay with your breath. Lift your heart. Last inhale. Release what you've got. Palms plant. Hips go to your heels. Child's pose. Tuck your toes. Come up, down dog. Left leg goes high. Bend your knees. Stack your hips. Pull your knee to your nose. Step between your palms. Climb up to your fingertips. Hug your low belly in. Let your arms run down by your sides. So interlace your fingers at your low back, but opposite thumb and pinky on top this time, if you can remember. So likely whatever the non-habitual way is. And then keep that shape. Lead with the crown of your head to float you up. Warrior 3. Feel the front of your body absorb up into your back body. Can you find a little more space between your low belly and the top of your left thigh? You can keep what you've got, or maybe release, cactus your arms, maybe biceps by your ears. Take a breath. Step way back. Crescent pose, reach high. Bend your elbows, cactus your arms. Tailbone drops down. Re-lengthen on your inhale, reach high. Frame your front foot. Step to plank. Lower all the way down. Inhale, lift your chest, cobra. Reach back. Interlace your fingers. So it's that same thumb and pinky on top. And then peel your thighs off the mat. Can you keep your big toes together? Take one more inhale. Release. Plant your palms, hips go to your heels. Child's pose. Come back to your breath. And when you're ready, come back up. Roll all the way forward to your belly. So when you get there, just plant your forearms, elbows under your shoulders, Sphinx pose. Breathe into the front of your chest. Just let everything release. Take a couple more breaths. So when you're ready, release what you've got. Drop your forehead to the mat. You can stack your palms. Just let your forehead rest on the backs of your hands. So when you inhale, come back up, cobra. Reach back. And then without catching your ankles, see if you can just pull your heels towards your glutes. And can you peel your thighs off the mat as you lift your chest even more? Take one more breath. Can you lift a little bit higher? And then let it go. Palms can stack, forehead can drop. So we'll come back up, same thing. Lift your chest, reach back. Knees bend, heels pull in. And then see if you can catch your right ankle. Left fingertips can keep reaching back. Left heel can keep pulling in. Heart keeps lifting. So in your next breath, keep what you've got with your right leg, but lengthen your left. Let the top of your foot plant, and then find Sphinx pose with your left arm. See if you can lift your chest a little higher. Can you lift your right thigh? Gently release. Take a breath. Come back up, heart lifts. Reach back. Knees bend, pull your heels in. This time, left hand catches your left ankle. Can you keep what you've got? Lift your chest, peel your thighs off the mat. Take one more breath. Keep what you've got with your left leg. Right leg extends, right forearm plants. Lift your heart. Last breath. Gently release. So last time, heart lifts. Reach back. Bend your knees. Can you catch both ankles? Lift your chest. Peel your thighs off the mat. Last couple of breaths. See if you can keep your knees close. Last breath in. Slowly lower down. Rest your forehead. You can bend your knees. Just let your heels drop from side to side. When you're ready, press your hips to your heels. Child's pose. Come back up on your next breath. Cross your ankles. Sweep your legs out in front of you. Flex your toes to the sky. Glutes slide back behind your sit bones. Take an inhale, reach high. Fold on your exhale. Breathe some space into the back of your body. Slowly come back up. Bend your knees, plant your feet, and then plant your palms behind your hips. Fingertips can face whatever way feels good for you. But on your inhale, lift your hips for reverse table. So see if you can keep your hips lifting to the height of your knees. Last breath in. Slowly lower down. Nice. Extend your legs. Roll all the way down to your back. When you get there, we'll find one final back bend. So you can keep it passive. If you have a block, you might slide it beneath your sacrum. Maybe you let your palms rest under your low back. If you want it to be more active, you might root your arms down by your sides, lift your hips for bridge. Maybe you plant your palms by your ears, come all the way up. Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward bow. Last inhale. Slowly lower down. Walk your feet a little wider than your mat. Just let your knees drop from side to side. And pull your knees into your chest. Cactus or T out your arms. Let your knees drop to the left. Knees come back through center. Switch sides. Bring your knees back through center. Hug both knees into your chest. Give yourself one last squeeze. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, let everything go. Sprawl open. Shavasana. Let your body rest. And feel free to hang out in Shavasana for as long as you need. No rush. Wherever you are, I thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I hope to see you soon. Namaste.